Hey guys! So today we're going to be going over a quick introduction to Solver again. I'm going to be using the same example that we did in class of we're trying to find the maximum possible volume of a box. But before we get started with that, just a quick review again of how you actually find Solver in Excel. If you go to Data up at the top, go all the way over to the right, there should be an option for Solver. Right now it's not there. So I'm going to show you how to get it if you are using Excel on Windows. So the way you do that, you go to File, Options, Add-ins, and then down at the bottom, Manage Excel Add-ins, click Go, and then check the box for Solver Add-in and hit OK. It'll load for a second. And now on the top right, we now have a button that says Solver. So going back, the example I used in class is we are going to try to find the maximum possible volume of this box. We are told that there are three different sides to this box. There's side X, side Y, and side Z. We don't know what those numbers are, but we want to maximize the volume of the box. And then we're also told that the surface area of the box must be 100 square inches. So the equation for the volume of this shape is that volume is equal to X times Y times Z, because those are the lengths of our three sides of this box. And then the surface area is going to be equal to 2 times X times Y plus 2 times X times Z plus 2 times Y times Z. And that has to be equal to 100. So something that Solver is really good at doing is finding the maximum or minimum values. So I'm going to go through how we're going to set this up and have Solver find the numbers for us. So the way I'm going to do this, if you can think about it in a different way, set it up whatever makes sense to you. But we're going to have X, Y, and Z. And I'm going to put these cells in a different color just to set them apart so we know not to touch them. Those are the cells where Excel will fill in to tell us what the size should be. And then we know that our volume needs to be equal, and I'm going to type the formula in, equal to X times Y times Z, and then hit enter. And then I'm also going to make a cell for the surface area, which I'm going to abbreviate as SA. And I'm going to say the surface area has to be equal to 2 times X times Y plus 2 times X times Z. And in typing in these formulas, I'm just going through and doing the cells that correspond to X, Y, and Z. I messed up here. This should be C2. So if I really wanted to, I could go through and try to guess a value to make the surface area equal to 100 and get a big volume. I could say it could be 10, 10, and 10. My volume is big, but my surface area is too big. I could try 2, 7, 14, volume's not as big, surface area is too big. So what we're going to do is have Excel solve this for us. Go to Data and click on the Solver button. And this dialog box will pop up. Just to tell you what we're going to be dealing with, up at the top is the set objective. The objective is going to be the cell that we typed in that we're trying to maximize. So in this case, our objective function is the volume equation because we're trying to maximize the volume. So we make sure that we click on this little box there and make sure it has the correct cell selected, which in this case is B3, and hit enter. And we want to maximize it, so that's good, we're leaving that there. By changing variable cells, we're going to select the cells that I changed to blue. Excel is going to go through changing those cells to try to find a maximum for the objective cell. Now, our constraint equation was the surface area equation, which I'm going to add to the subject to constraints by clicking on Add. And I'm going to say that my surface area cell, which is B4, has to be equal to 100. I'm going to hit Add. And that's going to add that constraint. There's another constraint that I'm going to add just to be doubly sure. I'm going to say that all of my lengths, sorry, I hit enter too soon. I'm going to say that all of my lengths must be greater than or equal to 0, because you can't have a negative length value, and this just kind of double checks that. All right, so now I should be good. I have my objective cell. By changing, it's going to be finding the maximum value by changing these cells, the blue cells that are under the X, Y, and Z, subject to the constraints that X, Y, and Z all have to be greater than or equal to 0, and that the surface area has to be equal to 100. And now I'm going to hit Solve. And Solver came up with a volume of 68.04 cubic inches, a surface area of 99.99998, which is as close as Solver could get. And then it says that all of our lengths are 4.08 inches. And that's the maximum.